few months, but it's always good to see you here at the Hilltop. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, excited we're all back.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much I ran into Kiani earlier, kind of just like, yeah, 'cause I could kind of just see like the look on the face. It's like, oh, okay, you know, got some familiar faces, but the new additions. And I think after doing this for a few seasons, I can kind of tell when a coach looks really pumped about a season. And that's kind of the look I got from her. And that's kind of the look I'm getting from you right now as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, we have a great group of, we got 15 on the roster this year. It's a big roster for us, 11 coming back, 4 incoming kids. And just, man, they worked so hard this summer. And there's just a lot to be excited about, mainly just the women that they are and our connections and relationships and hopefully the basketball too. But yeah, just thrilled they're back.
Well, I mean, that's something that Coach Clark had pointed out as well, was just that you haven't even had to ask them to start playing or anything. They're already like running open gym on their own thing, and they're already putting in the work to try to be great this season.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first night they were all back. They were over in alumni playing. So, yeah, whether it's that or it's, you know, if they're not playing basketball, they're having game night. And I think that just kind of just goes hand in hand with our summer. You know, we were so far apart. 2 time zones separated all of us, right, between a lot of California kids and then Texas kids. And they were phenomenal. I mean, their whole summer was built on leadership, connections, toughness, and basketball, and they didn't skip a beat, man. They were about it, and so I think when they got back, it was just natural for it to just continue.
Well, I got to ask you, Coach, what about your summer? You're one of those people that I always feel that never takes a break. I'm pretty sure you were up at 4 a.m. already this morning.
I was in here early. I had to get my little workout in and shower.
Okay.
Little coffee before I came and sat down with you.
I mean, how have you been able to keep up this routine going into what is now your 14th season at the helm of this program?
It's just my life, you know. I don't really know. Other than that, it is my life and it's my passion. It's what I do.
And then it just hit me. I say 14 years, and I'm just like, oh man, that's a long time, Coach.
Well, 14, and then you put the 10 on.
Exactly,
on
beforehand.
Beforehand,
I mean,
and
if you don't know, just in case you're like brand new to all this, Coach Riehl is the lifetime Hilltopper, the former player, the former assistant before becoming the head coach, and I've seen pretty much your rise from that part, at least as a assistant, to taking over the lead role. I mean, when you really think about it, like 14 years of players that have come through this program, a lot of relationships that have been forged, and I can tell that you're a good coach, not because of like the wins and the losses, but I can tell because of the respect of the players that come back to show the appreciation for what you did for them throughout their preparation and become a young adult. What does all that kind of mean to you, considering that, I mean, even I'm older too, but it's like I start to appreciate things differently as I progressed in age.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why you do it. I think the whole goal is to build a sisterhood, and that doesn't just involve me and them. It involves them and their relationships with each other, and it involves them and their relationships with the people that came before them. Right?
Yeah.
That's how you build tradition, is respecting the contributions of those that came before you. And so I think it's just trying to really to really buy into that. I think the second part is, I mean, that's why we do it, right?
Yeah.
We do it to watch them grow. We do it to watch someone that maybe couldn't get up in front of a room last year and could stand up in front of a room this year and at our welcome brunch and hold the floor with conviction and power. And so it's not, basketball is just how we do it, right?
Yeah.
But it's about growing them and molding them so that they can go out and be awesome contributors to the world, whether that's as a mom or a wife or businesswoman or a teacher or a nurse. That's my passion. And that little orange ball over there is just how we choose to do it, right?
It's been a good vehicle for you. That's definitely for sure. And it's like, I'm glad that you bring up kind of like seeing the kids kind of grow, because it's like, oh, I follow a lot of the ex-players on Instagram because, been here for like 15 years now. And it's like, I didn't really think about it that way, but then it's just all like, oh, Casey's a mom of 2.
Yep.
I see Teddy going to work, always trying to come up with something new. I always see her putting in the effort.
These days,
yeah.
running things.
Yeah. And it's just like, I see him get married. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I was like, I remember when you were like the shy one. Like, I was like, and it's just it's so great to see. And it's just like, I know a lot of it comes from you and what this program builds, Coach, let me ask you, last season obviously had its up and downs, right? But I think you guys finished really strong. Like the players really started to come together, and that chemistry was really gelling with the returners. Before we kind of go into the new faces, can you tell me maybe some of the stuff we might have overlooked with the players that are returning this year? I know a lot of people know about JP, Kiana Bennett. I mean, those are obviously like the 2 people that are always going to be circled on any opposition scouting report. But maybe some of the things that we may have overlooked coming in through the summer.
I think when we look at, especially when previous years, they're kind of irrelevant. Preseason rankings based on how people finished the year before. Everything is new and current. And where our feet are now is totally different from where our feet were 6 months ago, right? But I do think with 11 people coming back, it's important. We lost 9 games that probably we shouldn't have lost, right? 9 games, 6 of those by 1 possession or had to foul at the end, so it became 2. Which we were firmly in control of and should have had every opportunity to pull it out. But winning is hard, and winning is even harder when you haven't won before. And so,
well, it's even harder in the Lone Star Conference as well.
Agreed. And so I think a lot of experience was won last year. And so now it's our job to make sure that experience is used to benefit us this year, right? So I think that was kind of the vision and the plan of all the work that we put in the spring and in the summer. You know me, I'm not real big on talking like individuals. I'm more team oriented. Obviously, JP has been one of the best players in the league for the last 2 years. Last year she was top 10 in scoring and assists. She's just a really good player for us, and I think we've got to figure out how to help her elevate and take the next step in her game. Ramsey and Kiana, 2 of the best shooters around, right? And so we've got to figure out how to help them be more consistent and knock down shots more consistently first quarter to fourth quarter, which obviously you watched just a lot. That was an issue. I think anyone that's really watched us in the last couple of years know that a big problem for us is an inside presence. And so we hope that we've addressed that. I think that we have some solid depth at the 4-5 position with returners and with new players coming in. We're more athletic than we've been. Hopefully that helps us defensively. So I don't know. The basketball stuff is going to work itself out. We've got to make sure that culture, it drives behaviors, right? Behaviors create habits, and habits produce results and help shape the future. And so we've got to make sure that all those habits that we created from March until now, that we're continuing to implement those and grow those. And I think that is the emphasis for us right now.
Coach, and I know if anybody's going to get the best out of them, it's definitely going to be you. And it's always been like the way that you preach that culture and the way that you're able to get them to compete. I know if you can just, I know in your head, I'm not trying to speak for you, but I just always had this feeling, it's like if they will compete the entire time out there, they're going to be able to win this game. But sometimes, if they kind of like lose their focus, it can be hard for them to get back on track. And that's what we saw last season. I know one of the other things that you're probably also pointing out with this squad is going to be depth. That's always kind of been an issue the last couple of seasons, and not because of like lack of recruiting. It's just been unfortunate things happen, injuries, people lost for spells at a time, and you guys were able to piece things together on the fly for like the last couple of years. But I think this is like really one of the first seasons you guys come in like completely healthy, where everybody's like available.
Yeah, our depth is great, and we have been thin. Injuries, other things happened.
Yeah.
So we're really excited. We are very, very excited about who we are, where we want to go, and our vision and our value system. I mean, I cannot wait to get going next Thursday with them with the first day of off season.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're just a joy. Every room that they go in, they light it up. And I just feel, I just feel blessed to still be sitting in this chair and leading this program and getting to be around them every day.
I mean, definitely 14 seasons and what is the present day college athletics is definitely is more of an abnormally than the actual norm. And I mean, I can kind of relate to that because I mean, nobody's ever guaranteed any of these jobs. It's just like we kind of just rent them for a little while until somebody decides they want to move in a different direction, you know? But with the success that you've had here, I can understand why you are still here. And it does bode me to wonder before we'll bring on Micah here in just a bit, who I know who's been the vocal leader on this squad for a couple of seasons now, but you've had such an amazing tenure. You're still in the record books as a player here. I know you don't like to talk about it too much, but I have to remind the players where all the sauce came from. It starts with you. You know, you had that 3-point shot as a player. You tell me you can't knock it down now, but I still think you can.
The passing and the shooting, I can't. We got to move to about 15 feet.
I think you're selling yourself short, Coach. You're doing great things with knee rejuvenation nowadays. But I got to ask you, because I never really get to talk about your playing days, but when you think about your time here, I know a lot of it's been as a coach now, but man, what are some of your most favorite memories, on those bus trips, maybe some of your ex-teammates we don't get to hear about too often? I know the 50th anniversary was a big thing last season to see some of those ex-teammates come above it, for maybe some of the new fans that are watching today, and for maybe some of those people that are just really interested to know about you, the person, JJ Riehl.
Yeah, I mean, it is so hard, and I think people, when you've spent so much time at a place, I don't know that last time I thought about playing, right? Because now my focus and my memories, it's about these guys, right? Obviously, if I was gonna talk about memories, my freshman year, I got to play with some of the best players in the history of our program. Yeah. Going to a national tournament, we were NAIA at that point. It was an incredible experience. You do remember the memories and the other things far more than the wins and losses.
Oh, definitely.
But I love my playing time, and of course, I remember being at St. Mary's and scoring my 1,000-point. I remember being right over there at the timeline and beating Drury, who was the best team in the country, on a buzzer beater over there. So certainly, there are certain things that you remember, but I think my mental and my emotional focus has shifted so much to them. It's really hard to dig those memories back up.
But it's really nice to hear you talk about them, because I've never really even heard you discuss them before, because you've just been so focused as the job of the head coach. But it's just all I just always like to remind people, it's there's a reason why you're a coach. And it's also because it's not just what you know up here, it's because you could actually do it.
Yeah.
So, and I can understand sometimes as I progressed in age, it can be a little difficult to get somebody that's a little bit younger to believe you unless they see it. And it's no, I'm telling you, she had it. You've never seen it.
I think the only person that they believe has it is Wu.
Oh,
the best player in the NCAA era.
Yeah, exactly.
But they believe she has it. But as Micah's mom, as Q reminded us on Sunday at our welcome brunch, her legs still look like she has it. See, the rest of us, our bodies don't look like it.
Oh, I know how it feels.
So you look at Wu and you're like, man, she could still go. You look at JJ, she can't move.
Hey, don't worry, I'm sitting down. I haven't showed you my knees just yet, so don't worry about that, Coach. Hey. It looks like we're going to bring Micah on.
Awesome.
I want to appreciate your time again,
as
it's
always good.
Yes, and I look forward to seeing you this season. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
And I know great things are ahead this season. I mean, I really see it, the depth, the smiles on the faces. I feel the energy already. It looks like it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, let's bring it. Let's go.
All right.